Namaste, namaste, beautiful family of light. Baba Sharon here with the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light. So I just wanted to jump on real quickly and share some insights and actually something that happened to me a couple of days ago. And, I do talk about how we cannot get caught up in the polarity extremes. We already know that a lot of this is geared to cause dissension and chaos and all of that. And as light workers, we are our best to rise to that neutral observer. So I'm going to start off again what the Divine Mother had told me in 2010. Wow, I can't even believe it's 2010, all these years. She had predicted, as I've mentioned before, extreme polarities, which now we're living that. And she had said, look, I need somebody, light workers, to hold the polarities in balance. Somebody has to anchor that middle path because she said it can get real extreme. And with extremism to that level creates wars. And she's saying now, I need somebody to hold that. But not only in holding that, okay, we also remember who we are as powerful, and I do mean powerful spiritual beings of light. Okay, we have to remember that, oh, wait a minute, my thoughts and my intentions, not to mention your words, have great power. Language has power because they are vibrations. And when you become cognizant of that, you are very mindful of what you think and what comes out of your mouth. Okay, also now let's talk about the emotional body, because I had an experience and I've been aware of this for some time. And I've been, like all of us, walking our spiritual path, trying to make each day a better day than it was before as we walk our path. And sometimes we fall off. Yes, that happens, but we get back on. But let's talk about the emotional body, because I did get an insight in that many, many years ago. In fact, there's a picture of it and it's written in the Keys of Enoch by Dr. J.J. Hurtak. So just real briefly, many people do know about this experience I had where I saw like a tube, like you would say a lava lamp, but the lava lamp was horizontal and it was going like this. The key thing behind this image that I saw, it was almost like something needed to come from the top to anchor it so it could stop doing this. Really, if it came from the top and goes down, it would create a triangle or a trinity, a balanced trinity. Okay, that's what's needed. We don't have that. That top is off. And that's why this is going on. Now, with the emotional body, what was impressed was that humans are manipulated mostly by their emotional bodies. Not so much the mind, it's the emotional body. And they said that it works through the reptilian brain, is that part in the back, which is that flight or fight response. And that's how humans get manipulated by, powers that be that may have an interest and say, hey, let's have some chaos, let's do all of that stuff. Of course, we are in a world where we see what's going on, there's beautiful parts of it. And that's where we want to stay attuned to that higher vibration, the beautiful parts, the gorgeous waterfalls, beautiful nature, all of that stuff. Even as we know, as Jesus the Christ said, there is the mixture. There is the mixture. We're in this dualistic world. Ideally, in the ascension, those two polarities will come and join into that perfect triangle. And that is our fifth dimensional living. So we're not there yet, but we have a little ways to go. But so the other day, of course, I need not talk about what's going on in the world. We're all very well aware of it. But two things really came up again that's worth mentioning. And these two things are, one, and just hearing some things that I'm just, you have to be aware. I am aware. I don't usually watch stuff, but I'll more read it. So I'm not as emotionally triggered by what it is. But even with that, okay, I found myself, okay, as much breathing as I do and much practice I have done, feeling my emotional body becoming agitated and really on within a frequency of I guess anger. I don't want to say not rage, but if I kept on with it, it could have gone in that direction. Now, interestingly enough, I stopped myself because when that happens, okay, when that emotional body starts to get triggered and the energy is like beginning to pull you down, okay, then what happens? All these other thoughts that are not positive, because it's almost like you gave a gateway, like, hey, I'm getting upset, I'm getting angry, or I fall into rage. Okay, you have, whoa, look at this. We could really manipulate this person now. Thoughts, not even your thoughts are coming in like a sieve. Okay, but then you, what I've always said, you have to use your spiritual tools, which in one of the cases is the breath. You stop. I stopped, like, oh my gosh, wait, stop, because all these other thoughts started coming in, what I'm upset about, or what somebody did, and that I have forgiven, I've moved on, but here it comes pouring in again, because my energies got down, because of something I read or saw that got me very agitated. And it had everything to do, not with my mentality, okay, not with my physical body, but with my emotional body. And it just came back to me and said, oops, oops, let me breathe, let me get back on center, okay, and not fall into that abyss, because it is out there in the world and there is an agenda. Okay, there is always been a spiritual war. There's always been. This is not new. Oh, there's been, no, it's been what we're going through, ladies and gentlemen, is an ancient program that keeps on repeating ourselves. But we are waking up now and saying, hey, I know what this is, and I'm no longer going to fall into the traps. Now, what I have also observed from before, it is that you will see, okay, one person from one perspective, okay, and another person from the other perspective, the two polarities, okay, just as passionate, just as emotionally passionate. It's just that they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum saying the exact same thing, okay? That's the Antichrist. That's evil. These people. I'm like, which is it, on the right or the left? Because I'm hearing the same exact thing. So if you're hearing the same exact thing from this side, the same exact thing from this side, it's that humans are not the issue of us arguing with ourselves. It's not the humans. Okay, it's the program that humans fall into and susceptible to. And the minute we wake up, listen, I'm loving everybody. Okay, and even though I may not agree with some things and so forth, the fact that you are have a divinity within you requires me. Now I may say, God forgive them, for they know not what they do, okay, but the goal is to enrage our emotional body to the point which is out there in the land, and that's why we gotta put a stop on this, is hatred. That is the most poison. It is the opposite of what? Love. Okay, that is a tool using humans' emotional body to cause it. When you ask somebody and you say, "Why are you doing this? What is it?" And sometimes they can't even answer it. They say, "Do you have like an explanation as what is?" And they're like, "No," because sometimes they get caught up, okay, in the group energetics. But somebody whose ability to hold light, whose ability to hold, look, and that can be you individually, much less a group that says we are not going to fall into that trap. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to hold a higher vibration. We're going to stay balanced. We choose to be the neutral observer. Okay. We're going to anchor the light. We're going to be kind. We're not going to shout. No, not easy. Not easy. I got caught up. I was having an argument in my own mind. And the adrenaline is pumping in my body. I said, "What's stop? Stop." And I I forgot the word. Anyway, I got myself out of that little energetic thing that I helped to co-create within myself. Grant you, I got triggered. I saw some things there and I slipped. And that's why I just want to mention how important it is. How important it is. Hey, it's easy to fall into it. So easy. But the minute you become aware, like, oh my gosh, what's the mind talk in my brain? And why am I breathing? And I can feel my pressure going up. Wait a minute. Stop. Breathe. Come back and center, understand what that is, disengage from it, and hold the light. So when that happened, I said, okay, I'm back. And you know what? That whole situation, I'm pouring the Shekinah presence light on it. I'm pouring the Christ line on it. I'm doing that. When we go and we watch TV, you see the devastating stuff that's over there. I'm not just going to be a sponge and take it in. I see beauty. I see harmony. Okay, because I remember I'm a powerful co-creator and I can do that. And if you think, oh, what can I do? I assure you, okay, your choices ripple throughout the multiverse in ways we cannot even imagine. So if you say, hey, this is something positive, uplifting I can do, versus this is something that I could do that's more destructive and pulling it down, okay, both have equal power because it came from you. So what are you aligning yourself with? And all of us, you're an earshot of this. Okay, we're talking about this, then all of us here have come on assignment. So we can't fall into the program. We got to wake up out of the program. And as Jesus the Christ said, and avatars of light, show the way. Show the way. So I just want to mention to everybody, please just be conscious and aware what's out there. Remember how powerful you are as a spiritual being. And instead of you being part of the chaos in an environment, why would you be the one where you flip the chaos? That's called Shakti. Namaste, beautiful family of light on Facebook Live. See you next time.